Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto content. And before we jump into this video, I just want to let you guys know that you can get the infamous 589 Ripple XRP poster right now on my website down in the description below or in the comments below as well. Buy one, get one, 25% off for a limited time, only while the summer is here. But with that being said, let's look at the XRP chart. So I just want to address this a little bit. So overall, we have a few topics to really kind of talk about, but I really want to talk about the fundamentals of what we're actually kind of seeing on the chart right now. So realistically, to really look at this closely, we need to put this on the 70-cent zone and really kind of talk a little bit. So obviously, we are ranging in this little chop zone here. I would love for us to get over that 80-cent zone. I could actually put this on the 80-cent zone exact. Although I do want to see us break 79 cents as well. I think 79 cents is a little bit of a stopping point for us right now, as we do see even 80 cents is a big resistance point. So until we really kind of clear that area and hold it, I'm not going to be too excited. We also need to clear the 100-day MA on XRP as well. Now, I did do a video earlier talking about Hedera Hashgraph, HBAR, and pretty much discussing my concerns with Bitcoin and pretty much what's happening with that. Now, again, with anything in crypto, everything is volatile. We really don't know what's going to play out next, but I am expecting us to have a little bit more of a pullback on Bitcoin as well as even XRP. Even if we come over to the coin market cap, I am going to have a Alliance block up here. I'm really kind of eyeing that, but I just want to show you guys that Bitcoin hasn't really reached bottom prices of 37.5K or even lower. I really kind of want us to clear 36.3K, and I know a lot of people are going to say why. Well, hey, that is just a major support zone that has high demand for it. I do think that that is where we really can see a major jump off of that line back to about 40+K, but who knows, right? Obviously, we needed to have a little bit of a correction after Bitcoin did move about over $11,000. I think it was actually $12,000. So, this pullback wasn't too crazy. We even see, XRP is only down 3.93% on the 7-day, 1.5% on the 1-day. Now, the thing to really kind of watch with Bitcoin is just how major that pullback could be. I already talked about Bitcoin dominance. If we actually duplicate this and we kind of just look at Bitcoin dominance is still kind of ranging a little bit. But mainly what I'm kind of looking at is Ethereum as well. Like Ethereum is the big player here for the next real big change in the market, but Bitcoin dominance is still ranging on that 50-day MA at 46.58%. We actually kind of rejected it. We are pretty much hitting that resistance point. So hopefully maybe we could retest the 100-day or even the 44.52% zone as well, which would be here or even here. Now, with XRP, the interesting thing is that we haven't really broke any fundamental support. We can most likely retest about the 50-day MA down at 66 cents. Wouldn't be a big surprise for me. That's about roughly 4 cents of a drop. But for the most part, all alts kind of look very similar to this chart, where we did see this major run up. We have obviously that major pullback where it was a zigzag pullback, and then we're kind of now just building this support line or this foundational support that I like to call it, at least, because realistically, this is kind of what Bitcoin even did as well. Bitcoin's kind of doing the same thing. So those are my targets to really kind of look at. But with that being said, let's jump in to the juiciness that actually happened today, which was the news regarding the SEC case. So obviously we did see Gary Gensler talk today about crypto. It was not exciting. It was actually very I would say poorly constructed. We do see here new SEC boss wants more crypto oversight to protect investors. It's always to protect investors, right? The biggest problem here is the fact that they're not protecting us at all. If they wanted to protect us, why didn't they go after Ethereum or Bitcoin? I have clear, look at this. So I sold Ethereum at $700 or about half the top. Actually, both sold and donated. The Ethereum Foundation sold at $1,200, and that money has gone into devs and grants since then. This is going back to August 17th, 2020, so a year ago. He already admitted to selling Ethereum. He actually rug pulled individuals during the 2017 bull run, as well as he did say in an interview. Now, even when we look at this, right, this is obviously that Ethereum ICO, $16 million generated from an ICO listing. Why was this never brought up? Why was this never brought up? Nothing gets past them except for the idea that they strongly believe that XRP is a security. I don't understand how they could pretty much ignore the facts at this point. That we obviously see the facts, and the facts are that one, Ethereum had an ICO listing. Two, Ethereum founders were basically selling Ethereum for just their personal gain. And that is the big problem right now, that they're trying to go after Brad and even Chris, right? They're both going after them because they sold on the open market, or they were selling to HODL customers. But the big problem with that, and the reason why they can't really kind of go after them, is that it wasn't on U.S. territory. And even if we look into this and look a little bit farther, right? So basically, he was basically talking about regulations and how, if you looked back, there were obvious, speculations that you guys knew what was going on. Even he says here, while I'm neutral on technology, even intrigued, I spent 3 years teaching it, leaning into it. I'm not neutral about investor protection. And he did say that people should have known about it when we were talking about Ethereum back in 2017, even when they were talking about it in 2014. He pretty much mentions even Jay Clayton as well, which I thought was funny. But he does say here, if somebody wants to speculate, that's their choice, but we have a role as a nation to protect those investors against fraud. It's just comical at this point, to be completely honest with you, but that's just my point. We also see here, it's only with bringing things inside and sort of clearly within our public policy goals that a technology has a chance of broader adoption. We also see down here, a lot of people just want more clarity. She says, I come from a perspective that people have the maximum freedom to engage in transactions they want to engage in voluntarily. Society needs to have the discussion about what is the right regulatory framework. And this is coming from Hester Pierce, and I actually really like her stance on this because she wants to work with Gensler, but she also disagrees with them for the most part, that there is regulatory clarity in this space, because there's really not. You really can't argue against the fact that cryptocurrencies do not have any regulatory clarity to them at all. And I even think that's why, Brad and even Chris are getting very frustrated at this point, because there's really no clear signs to it at all. Now, we also see here, I've asked the staff to use all of our authorities anywhere we can. This is talking about initial coin offerings, trading venues, lending platforms, decentralized finance, stable value coins, custody, and ETFs and other coin funds. And then we also see that he says he thinks, regulating crypto exchanges is perhaps the easiest way for the government to get a quick handle on digital token trading, but he's also concerned about new ways people are getting into crypto, such as peer-to-peer lending on so-called decentralized finance or DeFi platforms. If firms are advertising a specific interest rate return on crypto asset, Gensler says that could bring the loans under SEC oversight. I don't know. I mean, honestly, I just think that, a lot of people thought that Gary Gensler was going to basically be the white knight for the XRP community, and I just think this kind of proves to us that we need to stop putting our trust in these government officials. First off, Gary Gensler is worth millions of dollars, and I honestly don't even understand how. I think that a lot of these individuals are kind of tied into, the whole scheme of things, which is the idea of, all right, well, let's give Bitcoin and Ethereum fair notice, or, fair trial, whatever, and pretty much give them regulatory clarity, but then go after XRP, one of the only assets in the space that actually have a true development project that is going live. Even Rosie Rios said this, right? It's the only project that actually has a viable use case that is being used. We even see that proved with, Japan using the HODL service, but also it's the one only project in the space that I do think is the most legitimate factor when we even talk about, projects in the space. Like, when we look at Bitcoin, right? Nobody even knows who, Satoshi is. When we talk about Ethereum, it's just a joke of an asset, realistically, if you think about it. Most of these assets in the space just don't have the team behind XRP. RippleNet and Ripple are obviously different than XRP, but RippleNet is basically utilizing XRP as its main source, if you will, to kind of convert those currencies. So when we look at XRP and Ripple, they are completely different than any other asset in the space, especially from the legitimacy factor of the entire team and the vision of Brad Garlinghouse and the team as well. A lot of people call it a scam coin, whatever. You guys can say whatever you want, but if you actually did the research on XRP and Ripple, it is one of the most amazing projects that are actually in this space that I do think are going to open a lot of doors for a lot of assets, similar to how Bitcoin paved the way for a lot of assets. Now, last but not least, I do want to also talk to you guys a little bit about this. Now, we do see here, in 2018, Bill Hinman said Ethereum isn't a security, and Jay Clayton agreed. But just weeks ago, Hinman filed a sworn affidavit in court saying, in court saying the SEC still has not taken any position or expressed a view on Ethereum status. So how is the market supposed to have clarity? Now, this is obviously quoting one thing Gensler made clear today. He thinks all of crypto is under his control, and he's eager to expand the power of the SEC. He said the law is clear based on 75 enforcement actions, but seems to be walking back clarity on Ethereum. At least all I see is more muddy water. And we also see here Jay Clayton resigning the day after they announced the Ripple lawsuit, then going on to work at a crypto firm that deals largely in Ethereum, is a blatant politically motivated attack. To suppress the innovation of its largest competitor. And this is true, right? It's so clear with the corruption that's been happening at the SEC with this entire case, especially even when we go back to the roots of this SEC case back in December. It just doesn't make sense, especially when we talk about One River, we talk about the Bitcoin and Ethereum overall funding sources. It just doesn't make any sense to me. And honestly, for me personally, I just think that this entire case is built on fraudulent claims, and it's kind of just all... I don't like to be a conspiracy theorist at all, but when we talk about, when we put our tinfoil hats on and we talk about the corruption that's happening with this case, it is so clear and it's like right in front of our face. It's honestly undeniable at this point. But let me know what you guys think about that down in the comments below. I'm very bullish on Ripple and XRP. I still do think that they're going to win this lawsuit, zero doubt. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Like I said, if you guys did enjoy this video, definitely leave a like, subscribe, and turn notifications on. If you guys do want more free content, you guys can follow me on Twitter. You guys can also join the free Discord down in the description below. I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out.